Hello everyone. Now we've been going through the layers of the OSI model and we're up to layer 5, which is the session layer. Now the session layer's responsibility is, as it says, to provide a session between two hosts. Now what that means is when you've got a program running on host A over here and it wants to talk to host B over here, once you have a session established through all the other protocols, it just gives it an endpoint on each host that it can directly talk to. So the session layer is kind of like leaving the real hardcore networking stuff behind and heading up towards the software side of things. So basically, within the operating system and the program and the stack and all that, it gives the programmers, an API sort of, if you like, to be able to design software that communicates with the lower layers without necessarily having to know too much about them. Now, a session you might have seen in Wireshark if you've ever done packet capture, especially with TCP, because that's how it's implemented in the flags. I've got a bit of a demo here to show you. If we look at what I've just done here, I've just did a packet capture of a simple bit of comms to a web server. And you can see at the start we have this synchronization flag, right? So this SYN bit is set, okay, when we establish it. So we have a sync going the other way as well between the client and the server. And at this point here, we now have a session established. So what that means is the programs on both hosts have successfully established communications to each other and set up a session so they can now start passing data between the programs. Okay, so after that frame, it's data, and that's just what I got, just an icon, and it came back and blah, blah, blah. Now, when we want to close the session, if we're finished, we'll send some fin flags, okay? So you got SYN and FIN, basically. SYN when you start them, and FIN when you finish them. So between that synchronization and the finish is our actual session. So once we finish the session, like you see there with the finish flags, then we can't send data through that session anymore, okay? We'd have to start a new session to send data through. Okay, so that's pretty much what the session layer is about. It gives you those endpoints so that the programs can communicate as though they were direct. They don't have to worry about the layers below for the actual networking stuff, getting it around. It just is an interface for them to talk to the network stack without having to really know too much about what's going on at the lower network layers. So anyway, that's it for now. Just a brief video. I'll see you in the next one when we talk about the presentation layer. So until then, take it easy.